Hi everybody, thank you for watching. I missed you guys. To start off this look, I'm going to be using my new Cover FX primer. It has some acne treatment in it. My acne's slowed down a bit, but I figured I would use it anyway. For foundation, I'm using the Graftobian Warm Palette. I've been loving this for a cream foundation lately. It feels a lot lighter on the skin, but it has a ton of pigment in it, and I'm just blending all of that in with a damp beauty blender. So Bear was watching my last video and he got a little upset that I gave Cindy her little cameo. So, you know, he had to jump in and start smacking me with his tail and, you know, the typical Bear stuff. So let's just let him have his moment here. He's a piece of work. Just look at those little legs. So moving on to nose, I'm using the Beautiful Bronze by LA Girl. So I'm just blending in my nose contour with my fingers, and then I'm grabbing this Artiste brush. It's like a little round one, and I'm just smudging in these sides a little bit. Next, for concealer, I'm using my favorite creamy concealer. Bo and Bear were playing right underneath the camera, so I had to kick him out right after this. But I am blending all of that in also with my beauty blender. This is my favorite makeup tool, hands down. So originally I was planning on doing my Selena hair makeup outfit for Halloween video, and I am filming that tomorrow, but I can't find my Bellamy bangs. So they're overnighting me a new pair because I have a hair idea in mind, obviously, so I just want to make sure that it's perfect. So I will be filming that for you guys tomorrow. And then to set underneath my eyes, I'm using the Cameo Powder by Ben Nye. To fill in my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Ebony. And following that, I am using the brow powder, also in Ebony, to fill them in a little bit darker. So I just realized my Kat Von D foundation powder must have broke from my long trip back, but I'm still gonna use it. It's all right, it still works. So I'm just applying this on the sides of my nose. This is to set the concealer elsewhere. I don't like using the loose powder further than underneath my eyes, and in my opinion, it covers better and just makes it look a little bit more flawless. So picking up my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I am using the grayer tone, and I'm going over the sides of my nose. I know at this point it looks a little bit crazy, but I'm gonna tone it down a bit, don't you worry. So I'm using a little bit of a darker Kat Von D foundation shade, and then I'm picking up that peachy tone from the Shade and Light palette just to go over it to kind of diffuse it a bit. So since I'm gonna do a pretty simple eye look, and by simple I just mean like very few steps. I know some people were like, this is not a simple eye makeup look, and I'm not saying like simple as in the huge wing liner isn't crazy or anything, but simple as in I'm just using my bronzer for the shadow, and I'm keeping it really just easy on the eyes as far as shadows. So that's what I meant by simple on my Instagram post. So I am just using a big fluffy blending brush and blending that in. I'm using the middle shade and a little bit of the darker shade, and feel free to use as much as you want, but I just wanted to add a little bit of depth into my crease. For liner, I'm using this one by Tarte. It is my favorite. I wanted to do like a super dramatic wing since I was only gonna do one color for eyeshadow. I wanted to do a little bit of a thicker, longer wing than usual, so that's what I'm going with today. I like to do it in steps, and listen, like eyeliner, I'm still not perfect at it. It's hard, it takes time. Just gotta be a little bit patient with it. But if you're not patient and you screw it up, I have a little trick for you guys. I tend to do this all of the time. I have these pointy Q-tips. I put them underneath my makeup wipe, and then I just very lightly clean off wherever the eyeliner is messed up. For lashes, I'm using my favorite lashes, the WSP. These ones are the Christina lashes. They come in a 6-pack for like 15 bucks, so they're definitely just as good as the red cherry ones. They're basically the same in my opinion. So faux freckles, how did this happen? It was kind of really random, and I tried this out last year for Halloween. I filmed a Twiggy video last year for Halloween, and I just absolutely hated how it came out, and even Brett was like, ooh, girl, that does not look cute. So I just never ended up posting the video. So that was the first time that I tried out faux freckles, and I didn't love it, but I thought it was like a cool idea. So I'm doing the freckles a little bit different today. I'm first using this NYX Micro Brow Pencil. It's like a lighter brown. It's like a medium brown, but not as dark as my ebony. So I'm just gonna do some dots like randomly around my face. And then I'm gonna do the technique that I did a year ago. I actually watched someone on YouTube, and that's how I learned. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but I did not make this up. I just cut a little piece of this Veramona color swatch cleaner, and I'm gonna be dipping it in my Anastasia brow pomade. And I know this is super random, but when you blot it, it kind of leaves like little freckly marks. So I'm just applying a little bit onto my cheeks, about in the same area where I applied the darker dots with the brow pencil. And then after this, I'm gonna go in with the Ebony Micro Pencil, which is a little bit darker, and I'm gonna darken up some of the dots. So for an everyday look, is this something I recommend? Absolutely not. It was something different that I really wanted to try. I've seen a lot of people trying out the faux freckles. I tried it last year and I absolutely hated it. My plan for today didn't really go as planned, so I figured, you know what? I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try something different. So again, I think it's a really cool idea. I think if you guys wanna try it out, see what you look like with freckles. But again, this is not like an everyday type of thing. I know some people were like freaking out online saying like, who would ever do this? It'll wipe right off. But this is what makeup's about, people. It's about trying new things, trying fun things, and even if it's just for an Instagram photo, whatever, you gotta try new things. That's what makeup's all about. And I wanna apologize, as I'm talking, I don't know if you guys can tell, I am on like a bouncy ball because we moved our computers, so I'm like kinda going up and down because when I talk and I get really into it, I'm like moving my hands and I'm moving my body around. Oh, I wish you guys could see me right now. But anyways, moving on, we're gonna put some bronzer all over the face, on the cheeks, and then we are gonna go in with this blush. I've never used this blush before, and my brush was still a little bit damp from cleaning them last night. So I really did not realize that it looks a little bit not so blended. But I honestly was trying to be really like gentle on the cheeks because I didn't wanna wipe off any of the freckles. So I feel like overall, I love how this look came out. I just wish I would have blended that blush a little bit more. For lips, I'm using the Kylie Lip Kit True Brown K liner, and then I wanted to use this Mellow Cosmetics chocolate lipstick underneath the liquid lipstick because it's a little bit of a darker tone. So I applied that first, and then I'm using True Brown K over it. I can't go a day without highlighting my nose, so I didn't want to cover the freckles too much, so I just applied a little bit right on the tip and then a tiny bit right at the top on the bridge. And I'm also applying this highlight shade right into the tear ducts of my eye. To finish off this look, I'm using the Skin Ink Serum Setting Spray. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, so that is it. That is how I created this look. It's nothing crazy. I know I look weird. I didn't apply bottom mascara. Crazy, right? But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.